I'm going to take everybody off mute. Unmute. Clap it up for yourselves in the team. Awesome. Thank you guys for being on time. We have a lot of stuff to go over tonight, you guys. So I hope you're ready because we've gone through a lot of changes over the last month. So I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but the momentum has been up, it's been down, it's been like, what are we doing? Are we doing full packages? Are we doing these 3-day trials? What are we doing, right? Raise your hand if you got a little bit confused over the last 2 months. That's everybody. All right. So what I want you to do is show me your pens and show me your paper and get ready to take notes. And my leaders, if you don't got a pen and paper, your team is not going to have a pen and paper. So show me your pen and paper. Awesome. Here we go. Are you guys ready? So 5-day eat clean challenges, right? We've been hearing about a lot of this over the last week, but I kind of want to give you the history behind why there's so many changes, okay? So when we first got started with the business, when Do It 24 Crew first got started, we did full plans, right? We went through this time where it was like, are we doing these $200 plans? Some people can afford $300 plans. Like, I remember it didn't matter what people could afford. It was like we were working with whatever budget. And I'm not saying we can't do that now, but we definitely were working with whatever anyone had, okay? So we had no structure around what we were doing, and it was really hard to duplicate what we were doing. If you guys don't know this, and if you're not at the point right now where you're building your team, you've got to learn how to duplicate early so that your team in the future, and when you build an organization, they know exactly what to do to build their business. And for the longest time, we didn't have that. We didn't have a system where it was like step by step of what to do. So people were either booming in the business or people were doing the business for a short period of time and then they were falling off. So now we have the opportunity to have a structure of what we're going into. Anyone can do this. Anyone can build a business. And I'm excited to share with you guys tonight because we get to start building business. And I mean truly like building a stable business, not just one that's going to be there for 5 minutes and gone next month. It's going to be stable. And if you guys want to do Herbalife for the rest of your life, this is where we can start, okay? So everyone's on a clean slate. We're all doing this together and we're all trying this to start tracking together. So thank you in advance, all of the leaders, for your flexibility. I know we've kind of been all over the place and confused ourselves. So this is how we're going to get everybody on the same page. Cool? All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is if you commit to this, you're committing to the leadership structure. So we've heard this from Jerry Graham. We've heard this from Mark and Jill Addy. It's coming out of my mouth and some of the TAB team members and the leadership group, World Team and Above we have here. We're all committing to doing this together. And we've locked arms in the last week because we all understand what's going on. So just to be clear, there are different ways of doing business, but this is what our team is doing now, okay? So some numbers I want you guys to write down on your paper right now. 10, 5, and 1. This may be repetitive for some of you guys, but I'm going to explain what 10, 5, 1 is and where it came from. So Herbalife launched 3-day trials this time or sometime over the course of the year. And the average of number of trials to the number of clients to the number of HMPs is 10, 5, 1. So if you get 10 trials out, so I'm trying to mute people out. If you get 10 trials out, the probability in the Herbalife world and the test group that did do this, 5 people turned into full retail clients, so got on a full plan. And then one of those people out of the 10 turned into a coach or a co-coach or an ambassador along the way. So those are the ratios. So something I want you guys to commit to after we're done with this phone call, it doesn't need to be right now, is getting a goal in place. So if you want to start and you're brand new going into these 5-day Eat Clean challenges, 10, 5, 1 is the perfect place to start. Say you're more part-time or you have a full work schedule or whatever, 10, 5, 1, completely perfect to start. If you've been doing these trials for a little bit and you're kind of like, okay, I'm getting in the flow of things, let's increase this to 20, 10, and 2, right? And then we can go anywhere up from there, 30 plus, 40 plus, whatever you want to commit to. That's on you. But really after this phone call, I want you guys to kind of like create a goal and then start tracking your numbers along the way. And I'm going to explain gauging right now too, because it's really important moving forward to create your stable business, okay? So we know the baseline numbers, something to intentionally be looking for. And we're going to start with the 10 trials. Along the way, we do have a tracker paper that we can post on the team page. Actually, let me make a note right now to put that on there. And if you guys don't see it tonight, please remind me to get it up there so we can all start tracking these numbers. The great part about it is we have this tracking sheet, right? So you get all the names of the people that either would like to start or are starting these 5-day Eat Clean challenges. And you make sure you have their numbers so you can follow up with these people, okay? When you look at the tracking thing, I'm going to glaze over it. Actually, AJ, you have it in front of you. Can you unmute real quick and read it to everybody? Because I don't have it in front of me. I unmuted.
Okay, so it's a tracking sheet of 40. It goes 1 through 40. It basically says packs out. And to be clear, packs out, if you're a supervisor, it doesn't only represent your packs that are out, but it also represents like the people in your downline that are not supervisors. Their packs count for you as well. So it says packs out, date started, so the date that you gave it to them, their name, how you found that person. So like if they're a referral, if you met them doing face-to-face, if they're a family friend or whatever. It says prep call, which I'm sure Jen will talk about. And then it has day 1 follow-up, day 2 follow-up, day 3 follow-up, day 4 and day 5 follow-up. And I'm sure she's going to touch on that as well, what that means and what that looks like. After that, it says start at full program date. The next box is the convo. So, it's talking to them about, do they want to become an ambassador? Do they just want to stay a full retail client, or do they want to become an active member? You have 3 options. And then at the next box is started as a member/ambassador date. So it tells you the day that they signed up with Herbalife. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thanks, AJ. So as you can see, things are a lot more structured, right? I'm going to go over everything he talked about. So if you don't know some of the things that are on those papers, don't worry about it. We're going to cover it. And if I miss anything, we have 3 amazing videos we can watch that are on YouTube, and I have the links for all of them. So we're not going to miss a beat with any of this. Layla is definitely the person to listen to when we talk about the flow of this 5-day clean challenge. And if you're not on mute, please mute. You just need everybody again. All right. So gauges. We have the tracker page to keep track of, the follow-up schedule and if people sign up or whatnot. But we also want to start gauging the 10, 5, and 1. Obviously, that's how we can track the 10 people that we have on the challenges or whatnot going on. The 5 people, again, on that paper, and the 1, again, on that paper. But what you're going to do is every month, you're going to have a new piece of paper. And the reason we do this is because, say, this month you have 10, 5, 1, right? They're all on the paper. You got it taken care of. Next month in July, what if one of those people that were on a trial last month come into the flow and sign up as a client in July from June? You got to add those numbers to the other paper. You're not going to add that to your July paper. So gauges are really, really important, and you can go back and forth. Just because you had 10, 5, 1 last month doesn't mean it won't turn into 10, 8, 3 for all you know, okay? So make sure you're following up with the people that have said no to committing to a full program, because they can come back into play, future reference, okay? So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is groups. And I'm just going to glaze over this because a lot of us already do this with our clients, is creating some kind of container for your people. And what I mean by this is some of us have Facebook groups, right? Here, the bigger vision. Let me give you a bigger vision of a container, right? So we have Do It 24 crew, right? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we have a Do It 24 crew chat. If you're a supervisor, you're in the Do It 24 crew supervisor chat. And then we have the team page. So those are 3 examples of a container. Reason being, you want to get information out to separate groups of people at a certain, time frame or whatnot. So it's the same thing for your clients. You want to create containers for them. And with these 5-day Eat Clean challenges, you're going to have them starting on Mondays across the month, right? And you can't have them all combined in the same thing if they're starting at different dates. So whether it's Voxer, whether you're using GroupMe, whether you're using Facebook, Messenger, create some form of communication that's easy for you to do with your clients. Group text message is not a container. Just putting that out there. You need something that people can either get really interactive. The more interactive your people are, the more they can hear your voice, see your pictures, and all of those types of things, the more engaged they're going to be and the more referrals you're going to get. And you'll understand why after I go through all of this stuff. So just a few points with intentionally filling groups. You're going to create a paper, also future reference, of people you think of that can possibly get in an Eat Clean challenge. So I'm all over the place. I have notes all over this paper because I've watched these videos 3 times and I'm still mind blown. Okay. So you're going to want to create a paper, future reference, of people that you think will want to get in an Eat Clean challenge, for one. When you intentionally fill these groups, you want to introduce everyone to everyone. So if you know people, as you build relationships, you're going to see things that people have in common. You're going to want to introduce those people because in the long run, those are going to be your team members. And you're going to want everybody to be able to communicate and get in the flow of things for that. And there's power in working local too. So that's another point when you create these groups. If you're building all across the United States, that's not a problem. But imagine the power in having people start a 5-day Eat Clean challenge all local, and 2 of the 3 or 2 of the 5 or 3 of the 5, however many, show up to Fit Club one day. And you have the chance and opportunity to introduce them to each other. Imagine how powerful that's going to be, for one. 2, moving into Eat Clean challenge that's going to start on that Monday. Imagine the interaction that they're going to have in that group because they had the opportunity to meet in person. It's totally different than sending a text message or having people face-to-face on Zoom versus having them local. So really, really try to build locally. I'm also going to go over invites too, so you guys can see how to invite to a 5-day Eat Clean challenge. All right. Any questions so far? I'm spitting a lot of information out right now and trying to compact this as much as I can. Anything? Leaders, any clarification needed for your teams? Dope. All right. That's not even the paperwork yet. I have this paper. If you guys want this, I can post it on the team page too. And it's going to go over every single thing that I'm saying, so you can refer back to it. So right now on your paper, I want you guys to write down what your definition of the 5-day Eat Clean challenge is. It's something Layla had us do when we did training on Saturday, but everyone's going to have their own definition. And I kind of want to hear from a couple people just while we're here so we can see if we're very clear of what exactly it is. So Janae, go ahead and explain to us what your definition of a 5-day Eat Clean challenge is. I unmuted you.
All right. So, definition is
your definition
of okay. It and they get the it's sorry. Got a little distracted. So it's basically when they start, they get like a little taste, a little sample of our product, and then like they get a little trial of like the meal plan, workouts, and they get results, and then they start their whole process.
Awesome. Let me see. I muted you. I want to hear from Miss Christy.
Okay, so my definition would be an opportunity to introduce new people to our healthy, active lifestyle, help build a community, introduce them to the way you operate as a health coach, and as well to the products. And yeah,
Awesome.
That's my definition.
All right, I'm going to read to you guys what Kristen said on the training the other day. So it's not just like a challenge. Like we always have these 21-day challenges. We have 30-day challenges, 5-day, 3-day trials. We have everything, right? So she said it's a trial of how we work with our clients. They get a coach, the community, they got the Eat Clean challenge, and they have 5 days of what a healthy, active lifestyle is like. So it's not just them getting product. It's not them just using the product. It's them getting a taste of what we have to offer as a health coach. So if you guys want to, you can refer back to our value wheel that we had previously. And if you guys don't know what that is, ask your mentor and they'll get it to you. But it's a visual of everything we offer, from fitness to the nutrition to the one-on-one health coaching and everything else. So awesome, you guys. Thank you. All right. So this paper that I'm going to be uploading is literally how to run a 5-day Eat Clean challenge from the time you decide you're going to do it, which is now, until you finish this 5-day Eat Clean challenge, whether it's this Friday or next Friday. Okay. So invitations. I'm going to read to you from this paper. Actually, I can screen share. This is going to be dope. Let's do this so you guys can see it beforehand. Here we go. Share screen. All right, is that big enough? Is it clear? Yeah, okay, cool. Can you only see the 5-day Eat Clean challenge, or should I make it bigger on my screen? Only 5, okay, cool. Awesome. So obviously number 1 is invitations, okay? So I'm just gonna put side notes on everything that's on here. So obviously massive action is required in order to gain momentum with the 5-day Eat Clean challenge. You can't just invite all your circle of influence and the people that you know that are around you all the time. You're gonna wanna be asking for referrals. You're gonna wanna be going out and getting contacts and things like that. So like I said earlier, identify your plan. So you have to know where you're going before you actually get there. So that's where the 10-5-1 come in. That's where the 20-10-2 come in, and 30+. It's making the decision of what you want to do with this and really running with it. Okay. And the best part about the 5-day Eat Clean challenge is that this is our opportunity to build leaders. As I mentioned before, it's really great to have a bunch of clients and things like that. It's really cool to, grow and build an organization, but you want to build leaders. You don't just want to build team members, because there comes the point that you need to be building organizational volume, and that doesn't happen unless you have leaders on your team that are willing to work with you, lock arms with you, and build more leaders to build their business as well, okay? So I know I glazed over that. We're going to go to face-to-face invites because this is so dope. And this is where the majority of people are going to start coming from, especially when we burn out our center of influence, which some of us on this line right now have done. Because we all know each other, we all grew up with each other, and now we get to go meet more people with everybody else, okay? So make the commitment every single day of how many contacts you're willing to get. And this isn't just online. This is you going out of your house, doing the errands that you do, creating conversation, and letting people know what we do as health coaches, okay? If you have a consumer group between 0 to 20, you are massively focusing on face-to-face invites. And then here is an example, this YouTube link right here. It's an example of how to do a 5-day Eat Clean challenge invite. Okay, so definitely click on this. I'm going to upload this. Watch these videos. Layla and Noemi, they're funny and it's highly entertaining, and it's definitely not planned, some of the things that they're saying. So it's exactly what to say. I know all of us have nerves when we go out and we talk to people, but the best part is we get to choose how we're going to work those nerves. We can either sit in our sorrows and feel sorry for ourselves of not building a business, or we can go out and we can have some lift off and tea and talk to everyone, because it's so dope and your energy is going to be so amazing, and you're going to put smiles on people's faces, so they're going to want to be your friend. All right. Let people be attracted to you. I'm going to stop this share really fast. I love going out and meeting people. And the one thing she did say when we were listening to this training is that not everybody is going to be a yes. Like, obviously, people will say no to you, but I mean this in a different way. Like, not everybody, you're not going to want to accept everybody into your life. I'll put it that way. Sometimes we go out and we meet some people, and it's really cool to get contact information. But please remember, like, if you don't ever want to be around this person, it's going to be a pain in the butt to try to follow up with them. Period. Like, I know we always say, like, Herbalife is like working without having to work. But better believe, like, if you get a contact and you get this person that it's like really great, they want to spend $300, they want to do this 5-day Eat Clean challenge, you think that they're going to be the best client ever, and they're really annoying, you better believe they're going to be really annoying to follow up with. So get real with yourself. Like, don't go out and just get contacts. Like, go out and meet your twin, like Layla says. Like, go out and meet somebody that you want to be best friends with. Go out and meet somebody you wouldn't mind spending the rest of your life with because they're going to be in your business forever. Really think long term and really think about the people you want as your active supervisors in your business. It's probably not the clown on the corner that just wants to get involved just because they want to get involved. Okay? So we do meet some crazy people. Stacey, you have that look on your face because you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But no, we all meet crazy people. We all have people come to Fit Club sometimes and it's like, what is going on? It's okay for you to say no to them too. And you don't have to directly say it, but just know, like, it happens to all of us, okay? So going back to the screen share. All right. So I had a couple more notes on that. Another thing with invitations. Sorry, I have to go back to this. This is really important. Another thing with invites. So you get their contact information. Now what? Okay. It's one thing to send a text message that says, hey, it's Jen. I met you at, Walmart, and I really loved your shoes. I'm excited to get to know you, blah, blah, whatever. So one, you're reminding them where you met them. One, you're reminding them, or two, you're reminding them of your name and then what the conversation looked like when you had it. It's another thing to text message that person. I've done this before. Actually, I used to do this all the time. And throw up all over them and say, hey, this is Jen. I told you about our workouts. And it's Monday through Friday. It's at 7 o'clock p.m. Like, I hope to see you there, right? And we have this and this and this. Like, it's not okay to do that. Create the conversation. Let them respond to you so you know they actually got the text message. But it's one way to, like, control the conversation a little bit too. Don't throw up information on them because it's going to make you run. Like, think about what you would respond to when you follow up, because that's what people are going to respond to. Okay, going back. Screen share. All right. So I love this paper because it takes you through inviting through your consumer web that you've already gotten. So I'm going to read this to you guys. I know you guys can read, but this may be a little bit quicker. So if you have people that are already clients of yours, along with doing your face-to-face invites, you can get incredible groups going by digging into the past few months of the consumer web simply by sending this message. So you guys can copy and paste this if you want to. Just change the name out. Hey, Sarah, how's your day going? I'm so excited for you to continue getting your results on your Herbalife program. You've been doing incredible. I know a few of your friends and family have been noticing your results, and I thought it'd be awesome to have fun with them in a 5-day Eat Clean challenge where they get to experience the healthy, active lifestyle and how you've gotten your results, and if it's something that fits into their life. The trial comes with cookies and cream shakes and total control, and I'd be able to coach them for 5 days, and it's only $20. Also, once a couple of people get started on their full programs, you'll qualify for Ambassador, where you get 25% off savings on your own program. You down to get a group going? So right then and there, you're setting your life up and their life up powerfully. It's cool to get referrals, and once you start getting them, it's easier and easier to ask for them. But until then, use this verbiage because you sound super professional, and people, I wouldn't say no to that. You're wanting to get their friends and family healthy. You're letting them know it's only $20 to get started. You're letting them know you're going to coach them. They don't even have to do anything, which is even better. And you're setting them up to get 25% savings on their program if they decide to go with this with you. So once again, not only do you have one client getting started, you have a group of people underneath them. They don't even know they're building a business. They're building a business. A group of people underneath them. That person's getting savings. They're excited about their results. We're creating consumer webs so everybody's getting results, and you have a great energy flowing with your team and the people you are choosing to work with as well. So let's see. Any other notes on this? Oh, keep in mind also that people always want to know how they can benefit. So at the end of this message, it said you can earn up to 25% or 25% savings or more. anytime you decide to create a conversation around this to get referrals, if you choose not to go with this verbiage, I would say first get started with this verbiage and then create your own. But always keep in mind people would like to know what the benefit is for them. So obviously when people are first started, they want to know like how they can get their results. They're focused on that. When you take the pressure off of them because they're not coaching, it's like, okay, well, why am I referring people? Like, I just want to get my results, right? Has anybody ever felt like, I don't care about anybody else? Like, I need to get my results first. I need to care about me first. That's what people are thinking until you hit them with that 25%. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this with you. Like, I see some smiles right now because you guys know that they taste way better on sale, period. Those clothes, those shoes, they look way better when it's 50% off, right? So just keep that in mind if you decide to change the verbiage on this at all right? Something I wanted to read to you that I actually typed because I thought it was genius for those of us that have been around a little bit longer. I got this from Melissa Locks, and it wasn't written down anywhere, and I have it because I typed it as she was talking. I had to keep pressing pause. So we all have people, if you've been in the business a while, we all have people that have old members that have been just sitting in the system, and they buy product every once in a while. They're kind of on their plans. They're kind of off their plans. Maybe they've fallen off, right? It's like, what do we say to enroll those people again? So listen to how Melissa changed this verbiage just a little bit and how powerful this can be to reel some people back into the Herbalife world. So again, hey, Sarah, how's your evening going? I thought of you and wanted to share with you something new. You've done incredible in the past with your Herbalife program. Why not start again and continue getting great results in a group? I know a few of your friends and family have noticed your results before, and I thought it'd be cool to have fun with them in a 5-day Eat Clean challenge where they get to experience blah, 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 right? At the end, she changed the verbiage just a little bit again, and she said instead of you'll qualify for ambassador, she changed it to you'll increase your savings. Are you down to get a group together? So I'm going to post this along with this paper because I know it wasn't posted anywhere yet on the supervisor page, but I think it's really cool for us to re-enroll some people we may have lost along the way as well. Everybody good so far? Cool. All right. So that's with enrolling people into the 5-day Eat Clean challenge. Let's see here. Okay, once you guys get referrals, because you're going to get a bunch of people that have a list of their friends and family that want to get started, right? So the best part about it is they've written out the text message to give the people to give to their people. We don't want to create any guesswork of like, okay, well, what's next? I have this group of people. I don't have time to send out anything that sounds professional about this 5-day Eat Clean challenge. So sometimes you'll get people to create a message. Sometimes they'll just totally forget about it. And then there goes the next 5 people that were supposed to start with you. Okay. So I'm going to read you the first one. There's 2 different ones on here, but this one's very basic and very simple. It literally says, hey, how are you? I'm starting a 5-day Eat Clean challenge to jumpstart towards getting the best shape of my life. There's 5 spots available, and I'd love for you to do it with me. Here's a video explaining more. And then Layla posted the video. Would you like to be one of my 5? So it's very basic. You can make it however detailed you want to. The other one, it goes over having 6 breakfast shakes and energy vitamins, and it's only $20. But both of them, they have the link to the YouTube video so people can watch it and get started. Another note with this is that if you say, would you like to be one of my 5, it lets people know that there's very limited space. So people have to jump on it right away, and they have to say yes right away, or their spots are going to be filled. If you guys have any questions on this, definitely watch the training from Saturday because they go into major detail that we don't have a lot of time for. So I'm going to skip to the next section. All right. And also, once they say yes, assume they're starting. Don't go backwards and say, okay, well, I'll let you think about it. No, if they say yes, they're a yes, and they're doing the 5-day Eat Clean challenge. Don't go backwards. Always move forward with people. Right. There's so much dialogue on here. It's so dope because we can just copy and paste everything, and it's no guesswork on our part. So Moving forward, you just say, awesome, put all of us in a message thread and introducing me to them, and I'll give the next steps from there. So then you go into the conversation of prep work. They've already said yes. They're getting started on the $20 if it's local, $25 if you're mailing it out. Any other prices, I don't know what you guys are doing or what you've heard, and I'm smiling because I've heard definitely lots of different pricing. $20 local, you're handing it to them. $25 if you're mailing it out, okay? Nothing else. All right. So the prep call before you even get the 5-Day Eat Clean Challenge started is the most important part of all of this. And the reason is you don't want them to just start on a 5-Day Eat Clean and then it's like, what's next? Like, nobody told me what I got to do after this. You set them up powerfully ahead of time. So the prep conversation must happen in order to powerfully set up your challenger to start a full program as soon as it's day 3 of the challenge. So you're not waiting till day 5 to get them started or have a conversation about what's next. Literally day 3 or 4, you want to have the conversation of what your full plans look like, okay? The most important part of the prep conversation is letting a challenger know in advance that there's an opportunity to start a full program after the 5-day challenge and also letting them know the price. The prep conversation gets to happen on the Saturday or Sunday before the challenge launch or sooner. And then the best part about it is you want to schedule a follow-up conversation with them Wednesday or Thursday, so day 3 or 4. And you get to sit down with them and have the conversation of what's your ultimate health goal. So obviously, if somebody's looking to lose 40 pounds or they're looking to lose more than that or even 10 pounds, they're not going to lose 10 pounds in 5 days. Disclaimer, you're not going to do it. I mean, you can, but it highly unlikely, okay? So the best part when you discuss their ultimate health goals is that you get to plan ahead for the future and you get to have that conversation. So it looks like, you're not going to lose 10 to 40 pounds in 5 days, but you're going to love your energy increase. You're going to love the community. You're going to love what you're plugging into. You're going to love the one-on-one health coaching. So everything that you provide as a health coach, you get to reiterate and give them that confidence in you. And then you're also going to set up your call on Wednesday or Thursday. So definitely, especially for full-time health coaches, pack your schedule. Part-time health coaches, you guys know your work schedule, so plan around that and plan accordingly. Where you're going to meet them, what time, and all the details according. And then also pricing. So one thing that really stuck out to me, and I've had a conversation with a couple people, is what she provides after the 5-Day Eat Clean Challenge is over. And I know we have our base plan. I know we have different plans going on, but something that Layla said is we want to keep consistent with what they already know. Okay, so what she has is the large PDM, which is vanilla. The large only comes in vanilla. Formula 1 of their choice, and Total Control. So that equals out to $170 for the month. I know we have our base plan that we have, but if you think about it, after 5 days, moving into 2 shakes a day may or may not be easy for some people. So it is determined based on whoever you're having a conversation with and how well you know your client. But the best part about that is they can always add another shake on to this program, to the 170 program right here. And letting them know it's a little bit over $5 a day, like we do already. And again, reiterating, we work with any budget. So whether 170 is right on budget, it's below your budget, it's above your budget, we can work with what you have, and I just can't wait to get you your results. So bringing it back to your client, no matter what their budget is. If they come back and they say $50, okay, let's have a conversation. And if you don't know what that conversation looks like, definitely reach out to your upline or to your mentor, and they can probably get on a 3-way phone call with you to create some kind of nutrition plan based on that. But also with the 5 days or the $5 a day, or like it's like $570 something. It's the same price as their 3-day trial or their 5-day Eat Clean Challenge. So it's keeping consistent with what they already know. The more consistent it is, the better. All right, so the start of the challenge, I'm going to share my screen again because I know we've been on this phone call for a while and we can go back to this. This is all the verbiage I just read you guys, so you can refer back to it. prep call and why it's important, and the YouTube video of the prep call. So the start of the challenge. The best part about this is they lay everything out there. This is what you're going to send your people. This is the prep work. This is beforehand. And you guys can read into detail a little bit after this call. And you guys can post any questions you have. Day 1, okay? So you give, every single day has a lesson of the day and then a challenge of the day. So day 1 is a healthy breakfast. You get to explain to them what the importance is of a healthy breakfast. And I'm going to prove a point right now. I'm going to call on some people. You guys have no idea. So Crystal, I'm going to unmute you. And I want to hear what you know about eating healthy breakfast, why it's important.
Eating breakfast is like the most important meal of the day because it helps you set the tone for the rest of the day.
Nice. Love that. I'm going to mute you out. I'm going to call on, let's see, Stacy. Why is breakfast important?
Breakfast is important because you're breaking your body's fast from the night. So you've gone a long amount of time overnight without eating. So it's important to eat to restart like your metabolism and get everything going again to start your day off powerfully.
Perfect. So my point was, let me screen share again. No matter how much or how little you know, I mean, they both sounded like they knew a lot about breakfast, but sometimes we have brand new health coaches and they're like, I don't know, you just eat it in the morning. And I know it's supposed to be half an hour after you wake up. Unless their coach has gone into any more detail about eating breakfast, they know, 1, that they have to eat it 30 minutes within waking up, and 2, that it's going to start their day. If you can just tell your clients that and sound confident in the way you say it, that's all they need to know. If you guys have more facts to back up breakfast, perfect. Keep that in mind for every single day, day 1 through day 5. Like, you don't need to know everything. Sometimes it's intimidating. We think we need to know everything. You guys, we can look up facts all day on Google, but if you're passionate about, unless you're passionate about talking about your gallon of water when it comes to the water day, right? You're not going to sound very enthused telling people facts about it reading from Google. So just tell them what you know and be very authentic with what you're saying, all right? So screen share. So here's day 1. The best part about Voxer, I don't honestly use GroupMe, so I don't know how that works. If you guys can send voice messages, it's cool to send pictures and stuff all day and have them post their shake and have them post their meals and stuff so they can start sharing recipes. But the best part about voice messages is in the morning. All of us, after we've had our tea, we sound a little bit crazy, but we get to share that energy with people. Okay, so the more voice messages you can send to your groups, asking them questions, getting them engaged, the better. Okay, so that's day 1. Day 2, it goes over protein and nutrient timing. So again, ask your upline or go to Google and figure some facts out about this, but really connect with every single day. Wednesday, water and working out. And all of these are available so you don't have to recreate these slides. And then we always talk about the conversation. So this is day 3 again. Remember, we're going to sit down with them after day 3, and you're going to have a conversation with them. You have 3 options going into this conversation. Option number 1 is $5 referral program. So for every person they refer to you for the next 5-day Eat Clean Challenge, what we're doing is we're giving them $5 off their program per person. Option number 2 is they can become an ambassador. If they've had a couple referrals, they're eligible for the 25% discount by signing up as a member with Herbalife. And then option number 3 is for them to become a coach. And we're actually calling this a co-coach because some people are going to be right by your side as their health coach, and you're going to be helping them coach until they're confident in their own ways. So that walks through this, and then here's a YouTube video of the conversation. Thursday, accountability and community. You guys all know what it feels like to have a community because you're on this team call right now, but also accountability is very important, and you get to explain to them what it's like doing something with somebody versus doing it by themselves. which is cool. Walks you through all of this. And then you get to follow up day 5 with mindset. So possibly giving them some personal development to listen to, having them post a positive quote, which is always awesome. Some people don't know what personal development is, so you get to share this with them and help them grow as a person and not just physically. And then obviously you get to congratulate them. You get to wrap up the 5-day Eat Clean Challenge. And I know I glazed over all of this. The training was actually really, really long. The first half was 2 hours and the second half was 2 hours. And it's broken up into 2 different sections. So I'll get you guys those recordings. But does anybody have any questions? I want to open it up right now for a little bit of conversation. Anybody? If not, you guys get to share what you learned. So any questions?
I got a question.
Go ahead, So.
What if you have someone who like just only wants to commit to the 3-day challenge? Then do you prep them before you even get them started still? And then when do you start the conversion?
So we have people doing 3 days and we have people doing 5 days. The reason behind the 5 days is you have a bigger window of opportunity to build relationships with them, to keep them involved in the community and things like that. So if you have somebody committed to doing a 3-day trial, like say you, when did you get that to them? Is this actual person or are you just scenario?
Yeah. Well, one person I already put her on program, but I have another person on too.
So has she started yet?
Yeah, it's on 2nd day.
Okay, we'll finish that out. This is like clean slate from now moving forward. But say, for those of you guys that this may have happened to, say like over the weekend you got a 3-day trial out and you explained the 3-day trial, you could honestly go back and explain why it would be more powerful for them to go into a 5-day Eat Clean Challenge starting on Monday, and say that's the only person you have signed up, right? Nobody ever can do a 5-day Eat Clean Challenge by themselves, and this is the reason. Groups are powerful. I don't know if you guys have ever learned something at STS that your mentor has told you over and over and over again. It's kind of the same thing. So these groups give people the opportunity to learn from each other and create friendships too along the way, because those people may be easier to be held accountable by than the actual coach, like especially if your health coach is one of your really, really good friends. And then also, if you have one person, you get to lock arms with somebody that's on our team. So reach out to a sideline, an upline, whoever that you know is starting a 5-day Eat Clean Challenge on Monday. Hey, I have one person. I don't have a group going right now. Do you mind if I join you with your 5-day Eat Clean Challenge? Most of the time they're going to say yes. And the best part about that is you get to learn from whoever's running that, and you get to run it with them. So it's not like, here's my client, you deal with them. You get to lock arms and you get to learn from whoever you join groups with. Did that make sense? Okay, cool. Any other questions? Awesome. JR, you get to tell us what you learned. Go.
I basically learned that how effective that the 5-day Eat Clean Challenge can be, and with the whole structure of everything, it makes it really simple, honestly. So
awesome. Oops, sorry, I just muted you out. Love you anyway. Sorry. Pat Daly, I want to hear from you.
What I took away from it was the groups and how powerfully, setting up the groups and having people in that container. That's my biggest takeaway. Even if you just have, like I said, one person, you could just, like you said, connect with somebody who may have a group started, and y'all work with each other and help each other out in the 5-day challenge. So that was my biggest takeaway.
Awesome. Thank you. Stacey has a question real quick. Go ahead, Stacey.
Can you just go over what program you said that she gets them started on after the challenge again, like 170?
So watch me flip this question on you. What comes in the 3-day trial?
The 3-day trial. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's the PDM, the Formula 1, and the total control.
Right.
So she just looks that.
Yeah. And they get to choose, obviously, whatever Formula One they want. A lot of people, it's funny, after they finish the challenges, they don't even know that there's more than cookies and cream available.
Yeah.
So definitely make it a point to tell them and let them know, because sometimes I had this one client, she's like, I need every flavor. So you never know what will happen if you just name off and list all the flavors. Deanna's like, I need everything. So yeah, go ahead, AJ.
Dope. So I think the biggest thing about this whole thing is that anybody can do it. And I think that's really what we need to focus on, is that it doesn't matter where you're at in the marketing plan. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how much you know about fitness. It doesn't matter where you're at on your journey, but anybody can do this. So the more people that you can get enrolled in doing a 5-day Eat Clean challenge, the faster your business is going to grow, and the more fun you're going to have. So Layla is somebody that had been struggling in the business for a long time. Last month she did 16K. This month she's already at 11K. And we're talking personal volume, like literally getting out there and getting people. So I think the biggest thing as far as like doing this is, you have to be all in. You have to just decide, this is what I'm going to do. I just had my best month that I've had in a while, and I'm totally dropping everything that I was doing last month to do this, because I know that it's going to be sustainable and it's something that everybody can do, and I can teach to people, and it's going to be simple. So you have to be all in with it. You have to decide, okay, this is what I'm doing, period, point blank. I'm not doing anything else, and get really focused and get clear on it. And then the next thing you have to do is go out and get into action. So get out, finding people. I'm doing my first challenge on the 3rd. That way I can go out and get people, and it would give those people enough time to go out and get more people. I'm committed to having at least 30 people in my first challenge. And this is just for my personal, not talking about other supervisors or anything like that. This is just for me, because I know that if I can go out and get the ball rolling quickly at the beginning of next month, everything else will take care of itself. I mean, imagine having 30 people that have already tried the product, and all you have to do is go follow up with those people because they fell in love with it. They got to see the atmosphere. They got to see how you coach. Of course, they're going to get started eventually, and you have 3 more weeks to convince them to get started, because they're going to stay in that chat. So I would just say, get committed, figure it out, like this is what you're going to do, and then B, just go out there and get into massive action. Everything's mapped out for you. They tell you how to talk to people. They tell you how to show those people how to bring you more people, like how to get referrals. Everything as far as like the challenge, what you say before the challenge start, it's mapped out. What you do during the challenge, it's mapped out. What you do after the challenge, it's all mapped out. All you have to do is follow the plan step by step. So get that document. Don't miss anything. Don't miss any details. Watch all the videos, go over everything, and then get right into action. And just see what it does for you. Do it for 2 months. Do it until October LDW, and just see what happens. Just play full out. Do it till October LDW, and let's just see what happens.
So dope. I love that you just gave action steps, because now I don't got to do it. The best part about this too is with Layla's 90-day plan, she has 80 people in a challenge, like for this month alone. 80 people. Imagine what that's going to do for her business, you guys. Her being 2 feet in since February, like ridiculous. So imagine where all of us are going to be in 90 days, in 180 days, in 365 days. Like this is endless. Like all the possibilities are endless, and anything is possible. So 2 feet in, commit to a number, just blast through it. Enroll your team, enroll your sidelines, like whoever is giving you the most energy to do Herbalife and to do the business and to go out and get contacts, lock arms with them. I don't care who it is. Like just go out and do it. And we get to pull together. We're all starting with a clean slate right now, and we're moving forward with this together. So I'm excited. I'm going to unmute everybody, and we can break and we can get out of here. Unmute. Bye.
Bye.